Alright, here's our last midpoint example. We have to find the coordinates of the midpoint of segment xy. You can see that our segment's in a coordinate plane. So we're going to use that midpoint formula with the x1s, y1s. Actually, let me go ahead and write that down. You guys from the intro video got the midpoint formula, x1 plus y1. No, what am I doing? That is not it. Hope you guys didn't write that down and you just said, that's not it. Alright, you add the x's, so it's x1 plus x2, and then you cut them in half, divided by 2, and then do the same thing with the y's, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Alright, because we're using the coordinates, we might want to figure out what the coordinates are of x and y. So if you look at the graph, let's figure out from the origin, just a reminder, you go for the x, I'm going to find this first, to the left 6 and up 1. So x has the coordinates -6, 1. Alright, our y point, you go over for the x first, 4, and then down, it looks like it's going just down one more from the -6. So those coordinates are 4, -7. Alright, so let's go ahead and label with our first coordinate. You have an x1 and a y1, and then you have x2 and y2. Just like, if you remember, you ever labeled your points to find slope, same idea. That's how you can label your coordinates. And now we're just going to plug them into our midpoint formula and figure out the coordinates of the midpoint. So, midpoint formula tells us to add the x's, so x1 plus x2, -6 plus 4, and then we always divide by 2. And then do the same thing with the y's, y1 plus y2, so 1 plus a -7 and divide it by 2, equals -6 plus 4 is -2 over 2, 1 plus -7 is -6 over 2, and then that's -1, -3 when we simplify it. So our midpoint is -1, -3. And if you actually have, a coordinate plane in front of you, you could just do a quick check and make sure that that makes sense, that we didn't make any little math mistakes that are so easy to make. -1, -3 is right here. Does that look like it's halfway between those 2 points? Yeah, it looks like it's exactly halfway. Now, so that's just kind of a visual check you can do. Could I have figured that, looked at the 2 points, gotten the midpoint without having to do all of this work? No way. Of course you have to show me that you know how to use the midpoint formula. This is math class. You can't just, cheat and get it from the graph. You have to do the math and show that you know that formula as well.